Hello, and welcome back to Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game, Chronicles of House Weirlight. Say hi, House Weirlight.
Hi.
Weirlight.
So, we're back. Last week ended... I was like...
Last week
some things
ended.
happened. Last week ended. Some things
Very accurate.
definitely happened. We're very happy to have our sweet Tiedrick and Clarissa back with us.
The gang's all here.
The gang is all here.
The
It's very
gang's
nice.
back in town.
And last week, as a quick recap, essentially, lots of talking, lots of investigating. And it ended in the death of the infamous Fox Knight of Sir Clayton Arquet, was his name, as he is now deceased. He received a sword through the face from a bewildered Orton Lugas, who threw up a few times. I believe this has caused many conspiracies to erupt within the group, which always makes me feel good. If, like, for storytellers, if they're paranoid about conspiracies, you're doing your job right in Game of Thrones, in my opinion.
Isn't that just about any game, though?
I mean, sure. Yeah, fair enough.
All the shadow jumping.
Paranoia is fun. This week, unless someone this week we're gonna make it a little more freeform. We do have a few days to get through to the tournament. Not all of them are going to be relevant. So we will be kind of moving past them. Like, we're only really going to be keeping up with the tournament as long as our two noble jousters stay within the jousting tournament. Like, if they lose, we're going to just kind of, obviously, people watch it. We're going to kind of move along. If anyone needs to state they are talking to someone, investigating things, this is all good. We will focus and zero in on that. But if it's like, today is fine, but tomorrow, like, then we're just going to move past. Unless it's like a direct confirmation is needed from characters. We're kind of getting into it. We're getting near the end. We're going to make the home push. Now, when our lovely group of Orton Lugas, the Hedge Knight, Sir Brian Telson, our heir, Henrik, our Maester, Thorsten, and our Sworn Sword, Nymora, went off to capture the Fox Knight, basically to help an old man not feel as stupid, but then it turns out it was real, and conspiracies abound. As they return with Sword Jorah's lands here. During that time they were out, there were several people not there, which the Lady Vivian, the Lady Mariella, the Steward Clarissa, and his Lord Tiedrick. During that time they were gone. Is there anyone that needed or wanted to do something relevant? Yeah. Okay. Yes, Mariella.
The hanger-on from last time.
Sure.
Constance.
What was that? Constance. Yes. Well, she's not there.
Yeah, I know she's not there.
So, what would you like to do?
I had wanted to go and talk to Lyle.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So, Lyle basically very quickly tells you that he saw the Lady Constance leave at around noon.
Okay.
Long ass time to be gone.
No, midday, if it were. But that's the last time he saw her.
No word, no nothing, left behind, just saw her go. Okay.
Yeah, he did not ask.
Okay. Oh man. I am not happy with Constance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I probably kind of go over and like if Clarissa is still working on her books very studiously, it's like I probably join her at the table.
Well, that is the question I wanted to ask. Clarissa, I know originally you had the intention of following Lars and Nymora to their like drinking date, possibly. You do know that time is about to approach, but you also know Nymora is now not going to make that appointment.
Right.
Did that mean you were going to stay, or did you want to still pursue that? Because I know you had mentioned that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no. If Nymora's not going to be there, I don't feel it necessary at the moment. I
Okay.
hope they can rejoin again. But yeah, no.
Okay,
That is
just wanted
no
to make
longer
sure.
my intention.
Yep. All right. Well, then, Clarissa, I'm sure. What are you doing, Clarissa, at the moment?
Yeah, she's writing letters.
Fair enough.
Sit at the same table that she has every time.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So I probably sit down at the table. Probably like looking faintly annoyed right now. Clarissa, when did you come back to the green tree?
Not so long before the rest of you. Why do you ask?
As I'm sure you were aware, I let Constance stay behind because she was recovering from the banquet the previous evening. According to Lyle, she left at about noon. Left no word of where she was going, and she has not returned yet.
Did you give her orders to return?
I had asked that I informed her where we were going with the hope that she would join soon after. I was there for essentially the entire day, long enough for her to have joined me.
Indeed. And we do not know where she was last night. I found Jennifer, but I was never able to locate her.
She made an acquaintance.
Good for
That's
her,
what
I
they call it
suppose.
nowadays.
Well, I believe we should give her a little more time and perhaps report her failures to your mother.
I figure give a little longer and hopefully have a chat with her before dealing with my mother. I also wanted to let you know I did speak to my mother regarding one of the individuals of interest, the Lars Flowers individual, and I told her I had asked, with your assistance, we had found things, you would have more information.
All right.
But I guess that is going to be most of my evening now that I don't know where Constance is, and they've gone off searching for the Foxnet.
We'll see. Sir Joris is an odd man. We'll find out.
All right. All right, and unless anyone else needs to do something this night, we will sort of quickly move past the point where they return, the concern over Henrik's bloody body, which caused a lot of slight panic because he for sure, when he heard come in, he looked dead. But he was not. Thorsten has
Worked his magic.
Incredible healing magics.
Yes, put him to repair. Unfortunately, though, Henrik, you though you did not suffer an injury or a wound, which yay, it is going to take you some time to recover your actual health in this situation. That won't stop you from going to the tournament. You won't have negatives or anything. But know that you will be not tip top.
For a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, that slash seemingly mostly it was like the force sort of knocked you unconscious rather than the wound. It wasn't deep. It was more just like the sudden shock.
You're not taking any negatives, but you're on thin ice.
You're on thin ice.
We're watching you.
I've been on thin ice this entire game. Right.
It has got
true. That's true.
But yeah,
You're just in water now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slowly cracking the ice and just falling down.
Indeed. So we will move on from there. If anyone past that point that night, anyone needed to do anything, Amora, no.
I brought the body back.
You did.
I did.
What are you going to do with it?
I brought the body back specifically so that people who are smarter than me can look at it. I don't do any of this shit. I just kill things.
Okay, so you want to put it so the Lord and Lady, would you like the body? Probably not in the inn.
Oh, probably not.
Keep it with the other bodies that we have.
Wow.
I mean,
we have other bodies.
We do have a body. We do have some bodies. Yeah, collect them up.
We have Jared.
I brought it
I
back
think we might still have
specifically so that Thorsten and Clarissa can look at it. I don't really know what I'm looking at here. It's a dead man.
Yeah, he was.
Maybe they'll see something. I don't know.
If we could see if there are anything hidden on him, like any orders or anything else like that.
Yeah, if you want to search his person, that's fine.
I guess also anything that would identify him as the Fox Knight, so we could have proof that.
Well, on his armor, and there is the symbol of House Archay, which is a field of not sable, a field of Jean.
Satanic.
Yeah, the field of Jean, a yellow field with a red fox on it. So that's definitely it. I will definitely give all of you who have talked to people who have seen him, he matches the description very nearly identically to everyone who sort of identify. Vivian, you definitely remember the two hapless sellswords who were duped. This matches their description of him.
Scar across the left eye, down the cheek, tall, dark, blue eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of it.
I mean,
matches.
part of the cheek is probably like missing at this point.
A little bit. The scar is a new scar. That it's just an open.
I don't think it's gonna
The new
scar.
scar is the jaw is missing.
Yeah, especially with the whole counterfeiters things, I would like Clarissa and Thorsten to see if these arms have like a maker's mark on them, because I know nothing about that or how to look for it. So that any hidden orders or anything.
That would be a status heraldry roll. If you wanted to identify.
Lay him out on the blanket that paint a man for him.
Lyle is where are you doing this, by the way? Because Lyle is
we're not doing it in the
inn. Yeah.
If you guys want to go somewhere, we don't have to do this tonight. If you're like, store the body, we'll look at it in the morning or something.
That's what
Thorsten, you are a maester. You do have access to the Alchemist Conclave where they
Cold
can.
storage.
Well, no, it's like they do cut apart bodies there to like look at the innards and go, yes. They weigh the liver, all that good stuff to find out how a person lived and how we can learn stuff. So
and how they possibly died if they didn't have a sword shoved through their face.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's do that. That way, it's not at the end then. So.
Yeah. So Thorsten, you and probably Nymora will basically go. Like, we need to entomb a body, and they're like, okay. It's like a little weird, but all right. And basically, you can
don't ask questions.
You have to fill out some paperwork, but seeing as this is not a bureaucracy and there are no checks and balances to the king's or people's power, it's what's one page, and it's basically you just being like, it's basically like,
I'm a maester. I am here to do this.
Yeah, like my name is just like your name, and then like this is my body, like, and that's basically it.
I found it, and it's mine.
I mean, it's not inaccurate.
Yeah.
Reason for visit. None of your business. What are you, a cop?
You a cop? All right, yeah. So,
carry the body for Thorsten.
Absolutely. Nymora, is there anything else you wanted to do tonight? I know you possibly mentioned you wanted to see if Lars was still waiting for you. I will say you are quite late at this point. Oh, did I cut out? Okay.
You're good.
All right.
You did for me. I didn't catch part of that.
Oh, okay, I said Nymora. I know
Okay,
you wanted
there you
to
go.
try and possibly catch Lars. I will say you are several hours late.
Yeah, but knowing Lars, he might still be at the bar. So
you want to try and find the way to.
I want to try and yeah.
All right.
I'll just I mean, the first person, I'll just straight up ask Thorsten if he's happened to see it while he's been walking around.
Happen to see what?
It's called the Weight of the Crown Tavern.
I'll make a basic memory test.
Yeah, go ahead. You can make a memory test.
And if Thorsten doesn't know, I can just go back and ask Lyle. Because he knows.
Memories under what again?
Cunning.
Because Lyle apparently knows where everything is in the city.
What did
At least he acts like it. Jesus.
All right. 21. You haven't. You haven't passed the way of the crown. However, you do have a vague memory of overhearing two hedge knights talk about it and where that is. And in your curiosity, while taking a break from your chemistry, you did ask a bit around about that area to some of the local maesters. You do know with the 21.
The 21, you can know whatever you want.
Just to sort of move along. Yeah, basically, it's like 2 blocks outside Flea Bottom.
Yeah.
Charming area. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I'd go there.
You go there, absolutely.
Blood all over my back.
Yes.
Body.
Yeah. For the rest of the family's knowledge, because Nymora had gone out when all this started, Cord and Jean had stayed behind just in case. And because of the events, Cord and Jean are not leaving tonight. They will basically, you'll basically have to pay Lyle like a silver, not even a silver stag, to let them sleep in the common room, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you are absurdly wealthy, so that amount of money
It's so minuscule.
you don't even consider a purchase. So they will stay watch in the common room because of Henrik's injury, just in case. So they're there, don't you worry. I will say, Naimora, yeah, you do find your way to the Weight of the Crown tavern. You pass several drunk people, though they stink very badly. And then later, you're like, no, they were probably dead.
I see. Okay.
But such is the area. And
I'm armed and I have blood all over me. If someone messes with me, they deserve what they get.
Yep. You do pass two other people who are also armed and also are covered in blood. So you're just like,
I think about giving them the but then I think better of it.
Think better of it?
Probably a good idea not to acknowledge anybody here.
That is a smart move.
Very smart.
Yeah. So you go to the Weight of the Crown, and you do see it is a picture of what looks like a kind of fat person being crushed by a crown.
I see. It's one of those. I see. Okay.
Yeah. It's mostly their posterior though.
I see.
Mm-hmm. It is
not a fan of Robert Baratheon. These people.
I mean, maybe the tavern looked old. Maybe it was the Targaryens. You're really not sure.
Maybe they just appreciate a pun.
Perhaps. But yeah, you definitely go inside. There is a lot of people in here. It is a lot of people are drinking. This place 100% looks like a place a bastard mercenary would spend his time. As there are several men in here armored who are drinking, cavorting. There is a post that is riddled with holes and several knives. Just very much a rough and tumble bar. There are several barely clothed women sort of just among different parts of groups. All laughing and drinking. It's that kind of laugh it's a laugh you really don't hear living with the Weirlight. It's this very unrestrained,
just like body laughter.
Yeah, like laughter that's not like throaty and elegant. It's like a donkey, but but there's no pretense to it, right? Like it's just pure like choking laughter.
As much time as I've spent with the Weirlights at this point, this is still it's nice to see people who are real.
Yeah. Well, yes, real.
No pretense.
It's true. Real murderers, but real for sure. It also smells. That is something I don't know if, you tell me. Does Naimora appreciate not having to constantly live in a place that smells like death? This smells like feces, piss, and like other things.
Definitely
for sure.
I definitely appreciate not having to sleep in a place that smells like shit constantly. But if you grow up like by the port, then everything smells like fish guts and death and piss anyways because the water's right there. So it's not like a thing that I'm not used to.
Yeah, of course.
But it's definitely appreciated. But it's not like a thing. But it's not like a thing you go in. It's like, oh, how horrid! Is you walk in and it's like, yes, I remember this smell. I'm familiar. I don't miss it, but I can. This is fine for now.
Absolutely. And you look around for.
Are any of these men huge with multiple awful scars and recognizable as Lars Flowers?
Maybe not the last one, but the first two for sure. You may, of course, make a awareness roll, please.
I'll try.
8.
That's almost good.
That's almost good. You don't immediately see him, but there are a lot of people who dress basically exactly like him, who also have poorly shaved heads, because it's just, occasionally at night a dude's looking into a puddle with a knife, just like do this, essentially.
The fucking Riddick thing. Just like with a fucking knife.
Right, but there's no mirror. It's just it's usually a puddle. If you're lucky. So yeah, a lot of poorly cut hair is near. So you don't see him immediately. You can like ask around, like, is there a Laris Flares?
Yeah, I'll go to the up to the whoever is serving alcohol.
Sure.
I will get myself some alcohol.
There is a very large, hunched man who is like a bit obese for sure, and his left eye seems like very permanently shut due to some. His face is possibly infected with something, or
some awful skin infection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
gotta love your peasants.
Just whatever is a very strong alcohol. And hey, has anybody?
They have one kind of alcohol here.
Excellent. Whatever that one is.
It is grog.
And just tell them, hey, you seen anybody here? Tall, ugly, goes by the name of Lars Flowers.
First two for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, but this is a specific tall and ugly.
I don't get a lot of ugly. But as you do say Lars Flowers, you do hear like, who wants to know about Lars? I don't know about fucking Lars.
Turn around.
Yeah, there is someone at the bar. Now, I will say there are no, like, this is a bar with no seats at it. You just, like...
No, it's just leaning.
You lean. And you see what, honestly, to none more, looks like a fucking child who is for sure drunk. A young woman, and she's dressed very like she probably lives on the street, and she is looks like nursing not nursing, chugging a pint mug, and put some more coin down, which she's doing with both hands constantly, and is like more. She like comes up to maybe like the bar comes up to maybe her like elbow.
Does she look young, or does she just look very short?
You know, it's actually pretty hard to tell.
I see.
It might be both. She looks. Okay. She might just be short for her age, and she does look young. But she looks pretty drunk.
Yeah, I'm telling her. I was supposed to meet them on the green, and we were going to walk here together, and then I got caught up in killing a man, and there's the whole thing.
Oh shit! Are you that Dornish cunt?
I do have a cunt, and it is Dornish, so probably, yeah.
She goes, nice. I have a cunt too, and she just like takes another drink. Yeah, no, you're supposed to be here or some shit. You're supposed to be with. He's not here.
Like he hasn't come here at all?
No, I mean, he said he was gonna be here, and he said he was gonna be with some Dornish cunt, but I wanted to talk to him, but he's not here. And then grog. So
fucking Lars, he probably found some whore that he just followed home. You know?
Oh, that does sound like Lars.
We just had a conversation about his dick is bigger than his brain. I can't believe that he's gone and proved me right again. But you know what? I can't believe it. That's fine.
He does have a really big cock. That is very true.
It's the thing is that's the only thing, that's what he traded all of his brains for.
Can you do that? I like that's. I mean, I feel like a lot of men do that, and she just like takes another like two-handed drink. The mug looks so big in her hands.
What did you want to talk to him about? I haven't seen him in like over a year, so.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted to talk to him about some like advice. We talk on occasion. He's like a decent bastard, Well, I mean, not a decent bastard, but like, he won't try to like do anything to you if you don't want it done to you, which is like pretty fucking rare. So she just like takes another drink.
That's kind of how like the first time that he met me, he tried to grab my arse, and I punched him in the face, and he hasn't tried to do it again. So appreciate that.
Yeah, he does. And someone bumps into her. Like a drunk guy who's kind of thing, and he's like, "Watch it!" And you just see her whip a knife out and slash it at him. It like gets his arm, and he like it kind of falls back a bit. And some of his friends like kind of rush up, and she's like, "Fuck you!" And that seems to have diffused the situation, and they just like kind of leave. And she just like, you do not know where she pulled the knife from though, and now she's like, fuck, now I got a knife on the table. And she just takes another drink and is like, oh, it's gonna take me forever to get that back in there. She's just like, is like looking, she's very out of it.
Alright. Do you have a place that you're staying that you like want to go back to? Because
that I want to go back to? Not fucking really. Not really. No, it's like it's like this barn, or like what's the place where you keep? What's a horse house? There's a word for it. Fuck. That's the one. I hate that word. It's a stupid word.
Right.
Words are made up, And she just like takes another large drink.
Alright. I'll sit with you for a bit. I'll walk you back to the stable when you're done.
She has like these folds of clothes, and looks like she's trying to get the knife under there, and is like she's struggling.
I crouch down a little bit and was like, "Here, you want to help? You want me to help? I'm more sober than you are at this point. Show me how it works."
So, I mean, sure. Yeah. And yeah, she basically she just shows you where like she keeps a knife under the folds of her clothes. It's like this little, it's not even really leather, it's just a bunch of like strips sort of tied together to make a like sheath for the dagger.
I help her, I'll help her resheath it.
And she goes, oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You fucking got it.
She I talk good?
Weird.
I talk weird.
So you talk weird. You don't sound Dornish. You sound like, I don't know, like if like somebody who's not from here. And then she just like her head dips a little bit. What are we talking about?
What's your name?
Oh, God, I had a name today. What was it? Probably. I mean, it was probably like what's like pretty? What's a pretty name?
Clarissa.
That's a lot of.
Clary.
Clary. Oh, like sure. All right. Hi, I'm Clary.
I'm Nymora. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. That's Nymora. That sounds like a noble person's name.
Part of the grand tradition of the Dornish naming everybody after Nymeria.
Who's Nymeria?
This part of the history is that she was the warrior queen, brought the Dornish over from Essos.
Oh, that sounds. I don't really know what Essos is, but that's a warrior queen. That's I like that. Like, so she was a big cunt in charge who can kill whoever she like. Yeah, I want to do that. Sign me up for that. And she's just like downs the rest, and she's like, "More, please." And she like looks up at you and goes, "You're very nice, and I told you my name. Perhaps buy me around."
I give her the drink that I have just been I barely touched, and I just get another one.
Sure. Yeah. She will drink it.
So, what advice did you want to ask Lars Flowers? What could he possibly give you advice on, other than how to break down a door effectively with your head?
I bet he could do that. He's so big. She just wriggles her shoulders a little bit. But I don't. Was I supposed to? Oh God. I don't know. Should I? If I should. So, Naimora, if you want to get some information out of this drunk person, urchin, that's good.
Urchin, drunk, potentially actually grown woman urchin, maybe. Who knows?
You can engage her in an intrigue.
I can try.
I will say, as she is very drunk, she will have a lot of negatives.
She's very drunk, and I'm still sober, so maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, her breath stinks of alcohol.
Now I've done this, and I've made myself like her as a player, and now I have to escort her back to wherever her fucking stable is, because I don't want her to die in a ditch because she's too drunk.
I do what I want. So we can for sure engage in that intrigue. So I know your goal is information. You just want to learn what this girl's connection to Lars is and what she's doing here.
More about what she knows about Lars, yeah.
Right, absolutely. What is your disposition towards her?
I think my disposition towards her is is amiable one step up from indifferent?
Yes.
I think I'm probably amiable towards her.
Sounds good. So why don't you make a why don't you make a status test to get this initiative going? She is not of a higher station than you, so you do not have a
I still rolled a 6. That's absolute garbage.
Well, let's see. She rolled a 3.
She has a 1.
Yeah,
baby.
she has a 1. Yeah. Oh, so you can see
peasant
it.
Girl.
So you can see
I can see it.
All right. I
something
think,
you did worked.
Yes. So, it is your go to start that volley. To see what is your tactic here? Are you trying to be charming? Are you are you trying to be friendly? Like I'm
definitely trying to be friendly. I don't think I'm necessarily being but I'm not being cunning about it. I'm just being friendly.
Right. Okay. So that would just mean you're using charm here.
Okay.
You're being friendly about it, because the other option is you're talking very stern, straight to her. You're trying to manipulate her. If this is just you want her to give you information by you just being a person that is friendly and nice to talk to and make some jokes with, that would be charm.
All right, which is just under persuasion, right?
Which is persuasion, which means we will be going off of that. Fantastic. Yeah. What is your opening move?
So is there a thing for, because I only have the combat cheat sheet. Is there one for intrigue as well?
So I have forgotten to put that there. I think I did totally forget to put that thing there. I think you reminded me, actually.
Intrigue people, help me. How do I make this girl be my friend?
Chapter 8
chapter
is
8.
intrigue.
Thank you. As I go to chapter 8 from where I just normally live on the combat section.
You're good.
All of the actions are on.
Is actions.
Ooh, okay. Page 149.
Yeah. Okay. Depending on what kind of PDF you have, it might be 150 or whatever if they count those.
Switch to combat.
You'd be the first.
Okay.
The teamwork method.
So I guess I am going to try and just influence her, just because. I mean, that's just the basic one, right? Okay.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know enough about her to know if I want to do considering a reading target first.
Yeah, exactly. So that means we're just gonna roll straight persuasion, or charm, unless you don't.
I don't have any bonuses in persuade. No, I have 1 in taunt. Never mind.
There you go.
11.
Yeah, let me taunt her.
100%. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. What is her? What is her intrigue defense? And you have to minus it from her cunning because she's strong. So yeah, that's 2 degrees of success.
She's
worse than you.
This is my only. She's good at stabbing things, and that's it.
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay at stabbing things. She's better at sneaking.
Girl, I get it. I know. I got you, girl.
You get 2 degrees of success. So you have 3 dots. So yeah, that's 6. That's 6 intrigue. That's 6 influence you've just dealt her. Let's see here. And so yeah. So she takes that. And so so she's like, I'm not. I don't know if I should tell you something. So what do you say to her? That sort of like begins to drop her guard.
So I tell her, it's just like, whatever Lars Flowers can give you advice on, I can tell you right now that he only thinks with his dick. So I don't know if it's going to be the best advice. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but like, I can probably help if you want.
Very nice. Okay. Fantastique. Yeah, so...
Fantastical.
Yeah, so she nods a bit and goes, all right. And I think she's going to... she's going to try and withdraw and be like, I mean... Right, sure, thinks with his dick, but I mean, he like has a job, and he's like really good at it because he's like alive. So that usually means you're pretty good at it. So she's gonna try and withdraw. I don't know if it's gonna go great for her.
Her intrigue defense becomes 3.
Well, let's see. Much
good for her.
That is a significant increase to her current intrigue defense. So she kind of withdraws a little bit to be like, but you're right, but like it's not like casual advice. Like it's like on it's like because money and work and stuff and.
Okay.
Your hair's
work
long.
advice.
She just like bats your braid.
It is. I need to get it trimmed a little bit. But, work advice. Yeah. He's been a mercenary for a while. Yeah. So have I.
Oh. All right. So it's your once again influence. Sounds like you're
gonna try.
Yeah, go for it.
I've managed to keep myself alive despite the fact that I now, am here in King's Landing for some reason. Cunning. No, that's not cunning. Sorry. Persuasion.
Yeah. Persuasion.
Wrong one. There it is. 10.
Yep. Very nice. That time it doesn't seem like you affect her as much. She's kind of withdrawn. Then she's like, all right, well, you're a mercenary, huh? I thought, but you were a mercenary for a while, huh? Huh? Okay. Well,
since I was 16.
Yeah, you kill a lot of people, huh? And get paid for it. You get paid for killing people because that's what mercenaries do. But like I'm like trying to do some other stuff as well, and she's just like hiccups a little bit. So she is going to try and influence you, talking about how cool she is.
Oh
wow, she rolled real good.
Yeah. My intrigue defense is 7, so
7.
Mhm.
Cool. So she does get you. However, she only deals 2 influence on you, which your 3 disposition rating just mitigates. This child just tried to brag how cool she was, and you're like,
She's precious. Oh my god, she's so adorable. She's so cute.
Great. Nymora wants one.
Mm-hmm. This has been an ongoing thing, was that Nymora would love to have a child. But yeah, you do. What kind of work do you do? Do you normally do? Are you in the business of? I guess I should say, getting things.
Yeah. Once you get that, give me that charm. 11. Yeah, because that's 2 degree. Yeah, you have won the intrigue.
This poor child. This poor drunk child.
She's so drunk and cannot talk to people. Yeah, so she's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. And she like saddles up to you and is like, I'm an assassin.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I would think that would pay better than being a mercenary.
Well, it's like, you know, you don't. I mean, I did knife work in Flea Bottom for like 3 years, but I slit the throat of a Lannisterman a few months ago. Yeah, in the Red Keep, snuck in through the gardens, and
like an actual one.
Yeah.
How are you not dead yet?
No, he was like a guard. He wasn't like a Lannister.
Okay.
Like he was
Even
he
so,
worked in Lannisters.
Even so, how are you not dead yet? The Lannisters don't fuck around.
Nobody knows I did it. Besides, the Lannisters don't give a shit who the assassin was. The Lannisters cares about who paid the assassin.
That's
you know?
true.
And
money climbs ladders.
Yeah, but no, I got a job, and it's how I met Lars. And he's really been helping me out a lot, giving me advice. I'm not gonna lie, I want to fuck him so bad, but he won't fuck me.
I kind of measure her like.
Yeah, it's concerning. She's like, and I like, you know, I did what you're supposed to do, you know. Take your clothes off and get on top of him, but he won't. He won't fuck me.
Ask you a question.
Sure, yeah.
How old are you?
Old enough.
Old enough, yeah. But how old are you? Like, how many people before Lars?
What do you mean? What?
Is Lars the first one, or
first one,
that you want to fuck, or?
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah? Alright. So.
I mean, I didn't really think about it a lot until I met Lars, and then after I met Lars, and he was so nice to me, and that's all I think about.
So I'm going to tell you right now that Lars, he's a good guy. He really is. Like for what he does and for who he is, he's real good. He's real nice.
Yeah. Well, it's just he says I'm too young, which is stupid because I don't know how old I am.
It's his preference runs towards, you know.
Tits is stupid. She just takes a big drink, goes, but it's like, so what? I'm young, but we do the same shit. Like I fucking kill people right with him, you know, and it's not even a fucking thing. Like what? I run this job. I killed this guy 2 days ago, right? And he's a full fucking grown man, some merchant, some shit, and and. You know, and Lars knew I did that, but it's what? Why am I not? Why do I need big tits when I've got the fastest knife hands in Fuck, where am I?
King's Landing.
Sure, that one. Well, I can't say that. I can't even say Flea Bottom because fucking Pete Kernwood, fucking knife raping bastard. He's the fastest blade in the Flea Bottom. Fucking
but
pig shit eating bastard.
It's because he's a man. Men don't listen. You find a really good man, and he sees you for who you are. But Lars, as much as he's a decent man, he's not. He likes his tits too much. You know what I mean? It's like he sees you in work, but he's not going to see you. He's not going to see who you are. And you're gonna trust me. You're gonna find someone.
Well, you said you could offer me advice, huh? You so smart. You advise me advice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me what's bothering you, hon.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure my guy who hired me. I think he's gonna kill me.
That sounds like a you need to kill him first sort of problem.
Well, see, that's the problem. See, because I need I want to get paid, and I have to go to him to get paid for what I just did.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's gonna kill me.
He
has that. He just has that feeling, but I don't know what to do because if I just kill him, that's also the guy he's paying Lars, and then Lars doesn't get any money, and
then Lars gets angry. Yeah,
and then Lars gets angry, and I know Lars is real nice, but I don't know if he wouldn't just pick up my head and slam it against the wall and open me up like a fucking melon. Like he did to that fucking guy. Oh my god.
All right, so
that was so. She just shivers, but not in like a freaked out, grossed out way. The other way.
It's got a kink. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
So just back up a little bit. Tell me why you think he's going to kill you.
Well, he's like a noble, right? So,
so he doesn't give a shit about you to begin with.
So. Right. Yeah. I mean, he talks to me, and that's the whole thing. But it's just through me, he's hired other people to do some light work, and then he had me kill them. Basically anyone who's done stuff for him, I've been the one who takes him out, and now I've just done one of the last things I really need to do, and then it got me thinking oh fuck, is he gonna kill me?
Yeah, that sounds like dying up loose ends.
But then I don't know who he'd get to kill me, because I doubt this guy fucking could kill people. I mean, maybe he could. I don't think of nobles being able to do that sort of thing.
Can I ask what guy? I might, or is that too?
I can't fucking tell you.
That's fine.
Because I don't know his name.
Yeah, that's fine too.
I don't know. He's noble. He's noble, the look. He always dresses different when we meet. I've seen him around. I don't. He's got brown hair, or black or brown hair. He's got hair.
Step one. It's got hair.
But he's he's old, he's at least 20. At least. Just he's old because, but he's not fat or nothing. I'm pretty sure yeah, basically.
She's 14 or 13.
But yeah, and then Lars, Lars is helping him do a bunch of stuff. See, I don't think I don't know if he'd kill Lars. I don't think he would, because he seems to like Lars seem to be like have some kind of understanding. It's like sometimes it almost feels like maybe he owes Lars or something. I don't know. I'm really bad at like telling stuff like that. Most of the time, I'm just sort of staring at Lars because his eye is the one that's not like kind of cut, is like so beautiful, and his eyebrow that isn't burned off is like so like thick, and I just,
She talks about Lars for a
she talks about
and I'm just thinking, just like, okay, so can I think of anyone who might owe Lars something? I haven't historically paid tons of attention to his.
You really don't know.
Yeah, but like
you don't recall him. I will just fully give you. You do not recall him bragging about having a noble owe him.
Okay. So this is either something recent or something that he wants to keep quiet.
Yeah. And, you know, this guy, he's loaded, right? Like, for killing the guy, he paid me, get fucking this, 20 silver stags.
Holy shit.
Which, you know, Naimora, for knife work, that's, like, pretty good. But, like, that doesn't necessarily mean he's rich. Because before, that would have, to you, been like, oh, fuck, that's a lot of money. But now, after working for the Weirlights for 6 years, you're like, that's nothing. Like, I have seen
some part of me is still like, that's a lot of money. Like, that's a lot of money for here.
But then you think about nobility in your life.
Then I think of Lady Vivienne putting on a necklace that costs 15 years of my salary. And I'm just like, everything is relative.
Exactly.
So how
I
don't even want to bring this up, but I have to. What are the chances that he'd ask Lars to kill you?
She like crosses her arms and shrieks into herself. She goes, I don't know. I don't think Lars would do that. He's been helping me out a lot. He got me a new place to stay, and he's been giving me lots of tips and tricks, and he's real nice. You know, and
but if they gave him like if they gave him 10 gold dragons,
I mean
15,
20. I would think about killing. I mean, I wouldn't actually, because I don't think I could. I mean, the only way I could think to poison him is to kill him is to use poison and, like, I don't know, drip it on some big-titted whore's cunny. That's the only way I can think of to do it.
I like that you think that Lars is that appreciative that he's able to do that.
Well, he is. I've seen him do it.
Oh
shit. Well, okay. So don't tell Lars.
He's grown as a person, then.
I don't tell Lars, but I follow him to whorehouses and watch him.
Does he go? Does he go to any in specific?
Yeah. Yeah. She tells you a whorehouse he goes to quite often. It doesn't have a name, but she tells you where it is.
It was just a house that has whores in it.
Yeah, she tells you where it is.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see if I can ambush him at some point.
Sure. So yeah, but it's just, you know, and all this stuff, because I've been doing a lot, you know, and I'm thinking of possibly trying to get into like some kind of like other kind of business as well. Because see, we just killed these guys. They're like ransomers. And they like kidnap nobles and ransom them off to their families and stuff. And we just killed them. And I'm thinking, like, what if we do stuff like that? But instead of like kidnapping nobles, because like that's how you get fucking killed and shit. What if you like it's like extortion of like merchants, you know, kidnapping like merchant daughters and stuff. They got money, but they don't really have the connections to like stuff like that. Or would merchants just hire people to kill people?
Merchants just hire people to kill people.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah.
All right. How she is supremely drunk at this point, right?
Very drunk.
All right.
She is drinking 4 pints since she's talked to you.
All right. Where's the stable that you're staying at? I'll walk you back.
She vomits onto the ground.
Excellent. All right.
And then just keep vomiting.
Oh, okay. I'm going to start leading her out of this place where any sign of weakness is a sign that you are about to get killed. To take her out and just let the beautiful, humid, piss-smelling night air of King's Landing near Flea Bottom start to sober her up a little bit.
I will tell you it doesn't, because as you go outside, she vomits a few more times, and then she just leans up against you and just falls asleep.
All right, she's coming with me then.
Right.
Pick her up.
All right.
Kidnap this child.
So as you pick her up, her hood falls down, and you notice there are lots of patches of hair missing from her head. It definitely looks like I probably went through some kind of disease, or maybe has one. You're not really sure.
Kid. All right. Let's tuck her hood back up, and I will just carry her. I'm gonna carry her back to the green.
Sure.
Where we have our tent and our horses and our stables. And just...
Sure. Yeah, you see the tent, you see you see Kale outside of it. He's whittling.
Hey, Kale.
Oh, hi, Namora.
Hi.
What do you got there?
I just keep collecting strays. I don't know how it keeps happening, but it just keeps happening. She was in a fucking bar, and I don't know. I didn't want to leave her to just pass out in the gutter. So.
And they go, oh, I see.
So I thought, if I can just lay her down in the stable for a bit till she sobers up, I can come back and get her later.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna let her sleep in the stable because now there's a bunch of guards around it ever since the incident.
What about our tent? No one's using our tent.
I mean, we're using our tent.
You're using your tent. You're not using all of it. Did you suddenly gain 40 pounds?
She's like, whoa, all right. But just we're not supposed to we got a fire in front of the tent. I could go get mat and blanket in there, lay her out in front of the fire.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
If you can just kind of keep an eye on her and make sure that no one comes and shanks her in the night.
Sure. Is she going to shank me in the night?
I don't think she's in any position to shank herself, let alone any other person.
Okay. Yeah, she smells from here of alcohol.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Probably.
That is a girl, right?
I'm pretty sure. So.
All right. Oh yeah. Kale just walks up and gets these two kind of ruddy, cruddy horse blankets and lays them on the ground and on the other side of the fire. Yeah.
Don't worry. I just have to go and talk to Clarissa, and then I'll come back and I'll sit with her until she wakes up. But
all right, I'll be here until then. I'm on watch anyway.
Thanks, Cam.
No problem.
Put her down by the fire. Let her sleep part of this off. If she wakes up and she starts waving a knife around, just tell her that Nymora made sure that she woke up safe.
He just stares at you. He's like, okay.
She's not going to be able to hit you.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
She's a child.
Fair enough.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the.
You go back to the inn.
And I am going to go and find Clarissa. Yeah.
I feel like at this point everyone has gone to bed, probably except Clarissa.
I don't sleep anymore. Psh.
Sleep is for the dead.
Yes.
Thorsten is also probably awake.
Somewhere.
To be fair.
Yeah. Going over notes.
So I try to brush off whatever fleas might have gotten onto me, or mites, or whatever, from carrying this girl.
Probably some stuff.
And just if Clarissa is still up and down in the common area, go and sit near her. Hi, Clary.
Good evening. How are things?
Glad you asked. Today, I had to carry a dead body from the Kingswood all the way back here, and then I went to go and try and meet Lars, and he didn't show up. Fancy that, he didn't show up, but you know who was there? A fucking assassin who's been working with him.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. At least she says she's an assassin.
Small, very dirty.
Yes, very small girl. She might be using your name, I'm sorry.
That doesn't make any sense, what you just said, but we will continue in a moment. Where did she go? What did she do?
She's drunk on the green. I carried her back from the bar. I didn't want her to just lay down in a ditch and be shivved in the night.
She's still there?
She doesn't. I don't think she's waking up anytime soon.
Okay. Let's go to the green then.
Clary,
huh?
Clary, what is going on? Clary, tell me what is going on, because I have been here for days now, and all I know is that Lars is involved in some shit.
Yes.
That's it? That's all I get? Fine. I know. I'm not like you, and I'm not like the Lady Vivienne. I'm good, and I'm not good at keeping secrets. I'm not good at finding things, but
It's not about your skill. It's about I don't know what I have that I can give you that's even any solid information at all. All of it is just a jumbled mess of whatever. We need to go to the green.
all right, we'll go to the green.
You go to the green.
Thank you. What did she tell you? Yes. Along the way, I'd like to get a rundown.
Yeah, I gave her a rundown. The limited information that I got is that she recently killed a merchant, that she was just hired to kill that she was hired by a nobleman that who has hair, who definitely does have hair and is at least 20. So
I am
all right.
glad to hear all of these things.
She's like 13. She doesn't really like. And that Lars and the nobleman have some kind of like thing where it seems like the nobleman owes Lars, or they have like an agreement or something like that. And yeah, I go through the whole thing again.
Cool.
Hmm.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
And she's been hired to kill all of the other people. Like she's been told to kill all the other people she's working with.
Yeah. Do you mention the kidnappers?
Yeah.
Yes, I will. Yes, because that one she mentioned that specifically. So she was hired to kill some kidnappers, and Lars smashed someone's head against the wall and crushed it like a melon. That one also. And that the kidnappers were they were in the business of kidnapping and ransoming off nobles. And I was just like, and I think at that point, Naimura goes, wait.
Yeah, thank you.
Henrik was kidnapped.
Not only Henrik,
Wait a second.
we have another missing noble as well, Naimura.
Listen, this is the reason why I bring you people dead bodies, is because you can put these together and I can't.
It doesn't matter. What you've done is brilliant if she's still there, so we have to hurry.
It's been like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so it takes a bit to get back and forth, but yeah, you get there, and yeah, she's still asleep in front of the fire, just like
she's not going
passed the fuck out. She makes no noise as she sleeps, and she is curled into a tiny ball.
Important.
And you just see Kale just still whittling. He goes, oh, and he stands up. He didn't stand up when you showed up, Naimura, but he did stand up when Clarissa does, and he's like,
oh, is that how it is?
Lady Astwood. No.
Clary's a lady.
Evening, Claude.
Kale.
Kale. Who's Cord?
Cord is the
bald one.
bald one.
Okay.
Bunch of scars.
Great.
Jean's the tall one. He's got a family.
I'm the young one.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I'm so sorry.
Anyways, this child, is it the same child that I saw at the barn?
Yep. You look her over. Cool. It is 100% her. She is wearing the same clothes.
Oh, but just like a couple days smellier.
I mean, she's wearing the same clothes for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll kind of turn to Nymora and a little bit more under her breath, she'll kind of say, this I can tell you for sure. The King's Guard who died, I followed them to a barn where Lars and this young one were right before Henrik was kidnapped and a mysterious man came and saved them.
Is Lars the mysterious man? The mysterious man who came and killed all the kidnappers and crushed a man's skull like a melon?
I haven't been able to talk to Henrik, but I believe so.
I can describe Lars pretty well. Maybe I can ask Henrik if it sounds familiar.
Please do. However, I am going to sit here next to this young girl, and when she sobers up, we'll have words. If you'd like to stay, I'd be very appreciative. I'd love to not get stabbed, but the lady asked me to get information, so...
No, I'll stay, because if she wakes up and all she sees is you and a bunch of guards, she's going to bolt. She might bolt anyways.
Should we tie her up?
That would probably be the smarter thing to do, but I don't want to.
Perfect! Kale, please, if you have some way to tie her up, I would be very appreciative.
I mean, I've got rope.
Perfect! She's very small. Make sure you tie him tight.
Okay, I don't... One sec. And he just, like... and he's going to... Oh, what's his name? Vivian, what's your guard's name? Thank you, Micah.
He's gonna go get someone.
Pass the buck. Pass the buck.
He
Not
goes,
my job.
He wakes up Micah. Micah gets up. He comes outside, like basically in medieval equivalent of your pants. Like he's just like wearing like his like trousers and like no shirt. His hair looks very tossed, like bed tossed. He looks like, actually, weirdly enough, just waking up, Micah looks like not bad. He's definitely like the prettiest of all of your guards. And he's like, all right, okay, so I need to tie some good lady afterwards. And he just like immediately like retreats and then like comes back out with a tunic and he's like, all right.
Yes,
and he goes,
please.
Hey, why the fuck didn't you tell me?
There's a lady out here. It's not just Nymora.
It's not just Nymora.
Yes, please, if you would. She's sleeping, so it shouldn't be too hard.
All right.
Hopefully.
And he just takes some rope and he ties her hands behind her back.
Perfect.
Right.
Right.
What's the situation? What's going on? Is it need to know? Do I need to help guard? Kale,
yes,
is it still your watch? What time is it? He's just like
late. It's midnight.
Yeah. And Kale's like, no, I still got it, Micah. I just didn't know how to tie it. No. Goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, no, I remember you told me the whole thing about the goat incident. I remember. It's probably best I did that.
I am going to have to talk to Cedric about that.
Oh, no. The goat incident is when he was at his farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am very glad to hear it was not at the hole.
Recent.
No. It was on his own property, my lady, and before he was active, enlisted.
Thank you for explaining. Micah, has anyone seen Jaren, by the way?
Jaren.
My god.
Yeah. He said he had to look into something.
Yes.
Ominous.
I asked him to do that, and I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, I haven't seen him either. Sorry.
That's all right. Thank you.
Anything else you need, my lady?
No. Have a good night.
Thank you, my lady. Use yourself. Anymore. You just
Nice hair.
like I've been told. And he goes, Lady Vivian told me about this like peach extract to use in it. It's been pretty good. She's so sweet. I think she even bought it for me. It was really nice.
Peach extract probably costs more than you make in a year.
Goes, I didn't ask. And he goes, lay down.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna sit by this girl. And I'm just going to just sit near her and just
yeah. Well, Clarissa and Namora, as you guys are waiting there, Kale, of course, gets you a seat, Clarissa, so you don't have to sit on the ground.
Thank you.
I just sit on the ground.
Of course, yeah. He doesn't offer anything to you, but he is like, you need a blanket.
Nah, I'm all good.
All right.
It's nice out. It's summer.
He knows. But I will say though, as it gets
coming,
as you're waiting there for like not that much longer, you start to hear like in the distance some like cries of pain, essentially, and some and then you just start hearing like screaming, like it sounds like maybe a young man in an incredible amount of pain. And that, just like off in a direction, and if you sort of look, it does seem to be coming from the Danitz tent. And you start to just, and the screaming just doesn't stop all night. It is a lot of people keep, the moment you get any kind of sleep, you kind of rouse not much later from just the screams of just a young man in an insane amount of pain. And just before the sun rises, it does seem the screams finally stop.
Like very suddenly stop, or just kind of taper off?
They taper off.
Looks like
found it. Was that?
Most
I thought he looked poorly, but
have you heard from Thorsten?
No one tells me anything.
Well, that's fair.
I mean, it's probably a reason why I haven't been killed by a lot of people.
Extremely fair. Do you know the Tears of Lys?
Do I know the Tears of Lys?
Make a knowledge test.
Having had my education as I did in Dorne.
You did have an education in Dorne, that is true. Make a knowledge test.
4.
Is that like a show? Like is that like one of those traveling minstrel acts? Like
It sounds like something that you would either watch or something you'd use for something. Is it a drink? Is it a play?
No, it's a poison, actually.
You know what? That makes more sense. I didn't really pay attention to a lot of the poisons part. I don't like using it.
The item that was found in front of our heir's door seemed to possibly contain such an item, which may possibly disintegrate one's bowels.
That sounds like a bad way to die.
Almost like it would cause you to scream for hours on end.
Yeah. Fuck. Adam was a prick, but he didn't deserve.
It depends. It depends.
No one deserves that. God. Sit by the girl and wait. Oh, I think you're muted too, Tony. Okay.
yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, morning comes. This girl is still not woken up. She is still like dead to the fucking world. Clary, I'm sure I will say that you're probably paranoid enough that you do check. She is still alive.
Brilliant. I'm glad to hear it.
But she is missed. Yeah.
Very sleepy.
Drunk.
Should we bring her back to the inn?
Oh, God, no.
I don't know where else to bring her.
Yeah, I will stay here with her all day. It's not like I don't have people that I can send to check on the horses if necessary, but you have other duties that you should go take care of.
I want to be here when she wakes up because I don't want her to... She is going to try and stab you, and I don't want anyone else to stab her first.
That's a good thing we
I mean, by the way, Namora, you do know where she keeps her knife. Have you taken that from her?
No.
No?
You know
okay.
what? No, I haven't thought. I haven't thought to take it. But
You can think of it now if you want.
I am allowed to.
Yes.
My brain cells do the thing where they connect, and I go, oh. Take her knife.
Yeah. You see her reach under her clothes a bit and then pull a knife out and go, oh.
You know what? This makes it a lot easier, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Are there more knives?
Do you want to search her?
Yeah. Are there more knives?
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to search her, you can make a, let's call this an awareness test.
Yeah.
One of you can do it. Whoever has the highest.
Clarissa.
All right, Clarissa.
17.
Awareness of 2.
Yes, she has 7 more knives on her.
Jesus Christ.
They're
like
pretty
any
small.
good rogue.
They're pretty small. And quite honestly, some of them are just like sharpened bits of metal, quite honestly. But they are knives.
Still get the job done.
Exactly. And a bit of your paranoia just kind of thinks for a second, and you check in her mouth, and she has one in her mouth.
She has like a knife just like under her tongue.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
It's tucked off to the side here. It's a small, like, flattened piece of metal that's been sharpened on one side.
How has she not swallowed it?
Practice, apparently. There are lots of cuts inside of her mouth, I will say. But yeah, and you do pull that one out and immediately probably feel dirty because she looks like a small diseased child.
Naimura is just looking at her with just like the expression when you find like a stray animal,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
my heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you find all of her hidden knives, even the mouth one.
I would say, when I was young, I thought about having kids. I know, right? Hard when you don't like men. But
Sure. Also, never mind.
when I was 13 summers, 14 summers or so, thought I'd make a good mother. Thought maybe I could fake it for the right person. I found out who my dad was. That was that. Just whatever you do with her, just promise to keep her safe. She's already said that she thinks that the man she works for is going to have her killed. If I have to see another dead child within the same month, I don't know.
You know that your bleeding heart endears me to you incredibly. So, as long as she cooperates, I see no need to harm her in any way.
Promise her money and safety.
I can do the money part. I'm not even safe in this town, so we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's stand up and just.
Yes. So, I will say, as you guys are out in the green. So Clarissa's passive. Oh yeah, God, yeah, Jesus.
Clarissa, who sees everything.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Clarissa, do you notice something like off the green, and you just see like a person walking, and it just seems odd to you. And if you make a closer inspection, do you?
Yes, very much.
Cool. It's Constance.
Naimura?
She is in some kind of like, she's in like women's small clothes, which is essentially like a white dress, with like no coverings on her shoulders.
Ooh.
And she's kind of just like wandering.
Naimura, will you go collect Constance from wandering the green?
Oh, holy shit. Why is she not wearing any clothes? Constance!
Yeah, so you run
over
over to her. Constance, you immediately see she has several bruises on her body.
Oh, shit. All right. Do they look like hands?
They do. And she looks like her jaw is like hanging off to the side at an awkward angle. And her eyes are just like very distant.
Yeah. I just kind of like put my hands on her face and like make her stop walking and stop and look at me.
She does.
Constance? Can you hear me?
Looks eventually directly in your eyes, and then she just passes out unconscious. Yep.
All right. Why does this keep happening? Why am I carrying everybody everywhere? I'm gonna carry her. I'm gonna bring her. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Namora-
back. I'm gonna go back and ask
Namora, what's your
Micah.
awareness? This is important.
My awareness is a 2.
Okay.
But Clarissa is there, and her passive awareness.
I mean, Clarissa, did you go with Nymora?
300 feet away is full of 20.
Well,
Yeah,
did you go with Nymora to collect her?
yeah, I would have gone with her because
Okay.
I would have taken my jacket off and.
All right, fantastic. Then you do notice that something Nymora did notice. She was holding her stomach, and when you pass out, you do see. It looks like she was maybe holding a wound.
Fuck.
Yeah, Clary immediately starts yelling for the guards and just yelling for a maester.
Yep. They begin to run over. They surround. Basically, they'll do whatever you say, Clary. And out of some of the tents, to give permission, there is a maester, younger man, like bright red hair, very pale, short hair, and kind of comes over and just starts asking like what happened to her, what's going on, she's bleeding.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer his questions and then immediately turn to one of our guards and ask them to go get Thorsten quickly.
Yep.
But
They.
I will.
Yep. Kale, the fastest, will run off. Yep. And this rando maester will like begin to like. He's like, hurry! Makes basically Nymora and Micah like carry her to like a place that is not an open field.
Kick Micah out of his bed.
Yeah. Well, no, Mike is up. He's
Yeah.
yeah. Essentially, yeah. They basically put him in like onto the sleeping roll, and he begins to like look at the wound. And he basically, yeah. So he basically says she's been stabbed.
How big are the bruise marks? Like, how big are the handprints?
I mean,
The average or just bigger than
you
average?
would have to make like a medicine test to like a healing test, excuse me, to really get any kind of information from her marks. To me,
Okay.
like it looks like she's been like very, very harshly like beaten or manhandled or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try. I mean, if I get double 6s, I can do 12. So
Go for it.
nope.
No, unfortunately,
Yeah,
you
looks
have no
like she's
idea.
stabbed and beaten. So
He says the cut is. He says the stab is shallow, but still infection might set in, and she might still die.
let's just make sure that she's stable until our maester can get here. Between you and him, I mean, it could prevent anything. So
Yeah, so he's gonna try and keep her around. Thorsten,
Yes.
you are awakened from the bit of sleep you've gotten. You are, of course, slumped over in your desk in your room.
Of course.
As per usual, the door is sort of like there's a quick rapping, and it goes, "Mr. Thorsten, it's Kale."
Yes, Kale.
He comes in. Henrik, how much milk of the poppy did you give Henrik last night?
I gave him 2 sips.
Okay, so he's
out.
He's probably out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Henrik, if you want to wake up to this, you can make an endurance resistance check.
Yeah, sure.
Go
Okay.
for it. Yeah. Only if you want to be awake for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
swimming in and out of consciousness.
10. I'm gonna say that when he opens the door and they begin talking, you do that thing where like your eyes open, you're facing the opposite way, and you're kind of now aware of what's happening in the room.
But it's still
You're
like
not-
pretty foggy and everything.
It's
Like
still foggy, but you could probably overhear some stuff for
okay,
sure.
so like you hear
Um,
voices pretty full. Okay.
Yeah, and he goes, and basically Kale's like, we found Constance and she's been attacked. We need to go to the green. She's been stabbed.
Okay, let's go. I grab my satchel of
Mm-hmm.
medicines and other things, and
Yep. Kale basically looks like no, Kale is the one who ran.
Sorry, Kale.
He's like, no, I'm Kale.
No, our Garbs. This one is Kale, everyone.
Okay,
He's
Kale,
the
I know who you
youngest
are.
one.
He's just the sweetest soft boy of the guards. That's why we fuck up his name.
Yeah, so as you guys said, it looks like he has gotten a horse, and he like puts you up on the back of it, and then rides off.
Okay.
Nymora, Clarissa, are you staying with Constance?
Yeah, switching the tension between Constance and the girl that we have tied up outside. So.
Yeah, I will stay with Clary too.
With Clary, yeah.
For Clary too.
Yeah.
Clary too, got it.
Clary
Understood.
too. Cool.
Yeah,
Mini
I don't
Clary.
need to look at Constance. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. All right. So you're not looking at Constance. You're paying attention to Clary, the little thing. All right.
Understood.
Too
It's the
terrifying.
morning, right? Now it's like
Yeah, but you're noble, so technically your day doesn't start till like 10 a.m. So
Like six.
it's like 6, 7. So it's like,
Yeah,
Oh,
unless you're
early.
drugged.
and you're like, oh, man,
and you're drugged,
like,
so
and then you like look out the window and it's like, oh.
no.
mm.
I feel
But you can get up if you want. It's totally your decision. But
I'm
you are
okay right. I'm okay
overclocked.
right now, but I'll like try to.
Yeah, you're away. Something's gone on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. After a bit. So Nymora, you're staying with Constance
Mhm.
and the Maester. Okay. He kind of begins to like tell you to do things, and he's like, "We're gonna need water, clean water. Like you're probably gonna have to get it from the well on the green. Probably like Micah goes and does it, and after like 50 minutes, he kind of begins to like get his stuff out, and he has like a little fire going. He's burning the needle a bit, and he begins to try and work on her essentially. And eventually, Thorsten, you arrive,
Yay.
but thoroughly like thwacked from the horse riding. But you are ushered into the tent, and you see Constance on the ground, worse for wear.
Oh boy. I immediately
Yeah,
get
and
down to her and
yeah, you definitely see like a younger Maester working on her.
Damn shit.
Larissa saw her. She was just wandering. I went over and then she just passed out.
okay.
It
All right.
looks like her jaw's not right.
All right. Please, if you would like to help out, you can make a healing diagnose.
I'm just going to be making a straight healing check because I don't have a
You
diagnosis
don't
yet.
have diagnose. I understand.
When are
Are
you
you
going to
ready?
get diagnosis?
I'm planning on
Coming
upgrading
up a
Thorsten. I know, right? I'm planning on upgrading Thorsten after the whole
Mm-hmm.
King's Landing scenario.
I see.
I figure that's a good breaking point for him to expand his knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, straight healing?
Fast.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I am
no.
going to. Nope.
Oh, I will say, yeah, no, that works fine.
Okay.
Like 9 is a really good team. Yeah, so you can tell
Stabbed.
she's been stabbed, and you do notice she's starting to break out into a bit of a sweat. So there might be some infection. It looks like he's begun to treat the actual wound, but you have to clear her infection very quickly because she was stabbed in the stomach, which that kind of infection will make you die.
More likely fatal.
Yes. So you begin to pull out poultices and your things and
All my stuff.
all your stuff, and you are able to understand. So just make another healing.
Treat injury?
This would be just a healing.
Okay.
Well,
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, that I will say that infection was a whopping TN9. So you do it.
How many degrees is that? What, 3 degrees of success?
3 degrees. Yeah. So you know exactly what you get
that infection.
and some things, and you make her drink some, and you pour some over the wound, and the younger maester is like, oh. And he's like, won't that make her bleed? And you're like, not mixed with a mistance of aloe and like this.
As I'm doing this, I'm explaining it all without missing a beat. He's just like, who the fuck is this maester?
Yeah, no, he's immediately like, he's like definitely a younger maester. Like he only has a few chains like linked on his cape, so he's definitely like, oh shit, cool. Like he's learning some stuff. But he did a pretty good job, like making sure like she didn't get worse. It seemed.
Yes.
He has the Karudri chains link, so that helps. So and after a bit, you do believe Clarissa is going to be stable. You do notice her.
Constance.
I said a word and I meant another one.
Clarissa, you're sick?
Sorry, no.
It's okay.
I just think
We'll excuse you this time.
You definitely get her. You make Constance stable. She definitely has a broken jaw, though.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I can to make it to where it's.
Yeah, you and this other maester begin to work on her. His name is
Is he
Miles.
the seashell guy?
The seashell. Yeah, you know what? Yes, he's the seashell guy.
That's his name, Miles the Seashells guy.
Yep, you notice he has a seashell.
Miles the Maester.
Miles the Maester.
He's got fucking necklace made of cowrie beads.
Yeah, he's got a puka shell necklace.
Puka shells.
No.
With a shark
The cement guy.
Shark tooth, yeah. Yeah, but yeah.
Chalk guy.
He's like, he's a seashell guy, the chalk guy. like you. And I can also create many more things. He'll eventually figure out he's also helped make explosives, but that's later.
Just a wee bit.
Fancy that.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So, but Constance is going to survive. You don't know. It's unfortunately with her jaw broken and swollen like that. It's not good.
I won't know until she's kind of out of.
Yeah. I will say though, because you are a maester and you do have a check, you do not believe she was raped.
Okay.
Yeah, you there's no bruising.
She was just beat.
Yeah, someone. You do, however, notice rope marks on her.
I immediately pointed out to Nymora and Whereas and let them know that.
Yeah.
I don't think she was raped. I think she was just beat.
And held somewhere.
We won't know. And I obviously give her a little bit. I give her one sip of milk. Just
yeah. Oh yeah.
Help her.
Yeah. You really have to help her with it because of her jaw. But you've given.
I'm going to invent a straw. And they drop her.
Yeah, you basically pour it down, and you know how to work her throat to basically make sure she swallows it. Like you have done this before.
Yes.
As every adventurer who has had a friend fall unconscious, has the healer fall unconscious. So
health potion.
Health
potion down her throat.
But yeah. I will say with your good healing roll and diagnose, you do notice something a little odd and kind of definitely a sign of cruelty. It looks like she on her back, on her left part here, someone's branded her. Like there's a scoring mark.
What the fuck?
You're not sure what it is. It doesn't. You're not sure what it is. It's not done well.
Okay.
like this person did not know probably how to apply a brand,
Yeah.
maybe because
With the brand being fresh, would I know of a way to reduce it or?
yeah, you can if you would like to try and do that. You can make a treat injury test roll.
You ready?
I am ready. 21. Yeah. It's gonna leave a mark. There's
I know it's going to leave a mark, but I don't want it to be a brand.
Yeah, it's going to leave. There is going to be a permanent kind of burn there, but you do alleviate the pain, and it's probably going to heal much nicer and smaller than it would normally.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, though, if she wears clothes, wears any kind of normal dress, no one would be able to see it. But
yeah,
I'm going to find who did this to her, and I'm going to rip their genitals off. Who brands a person like a horse?
it's fucked up, folk.
I'll have to wait until she wakes up to get any information.
Mhm.
Maybe.
And she probably won't be able to give you much because of her jaw.
Is there any way that we can? I mean, I've seen people with broken jaws. They healed eventually. Is there any way that we can stabilize it? I don't know. Put sticks on it. You put sticks on broken bones.
Right? He does have a wrapping around. He's set. But it does seal her mouth, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna have to drink through a straw. Pretty much.
We invent straws.
Invent straws.
Mm-hmm.
Straws and peppers.
Maybe Lady Mariana knows where she has been. I know they're close.
Yeah.
You do notice she looks like Constance gains consciousness for a little bit, and looks around and freaks out for a few seconds, but then calms down.
As soon as she rouses, I let her know I'm there. She's going to be okay.
Yeah, she sees you, and then she sees Naimora, and you see a lot of tension drop out of her. Mm-hmm. She tries to say something. She goes like, she just and then she just winces, but looks like she's trying to say something.
Do you have?
I'm gonna get down closer to her and tell her to say it slowly, so she doesn't wince as much.
Yes, Clarissa. Sorry, I see.
Yeah, if I see her wake up, I will walk over. Mm-hmm. And with my paper that I was using to write letters, I'll hold it out and I'll say, "Do you think you can write?"
She nods and her left hand goes out. Her fingers look definitely injured, but she looks like you can kind of, if you help her.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, she writes out. You have to redip the ink and stuff. Mm-hmm. She just writes out Jaren with a question mark.
We have not seen him since yesterday afternoon.
She judges that she wants to write again. Mm-hmm. And she just wrote, "He found me."
Okay.
And after that, it looks like she's a little too weak to continue and is starting to get emotional.
I'm going to tell her I'm going to give her a little bit of milk of the poppy to help her rest. Give her second sip.
Yeah. For this, you should probably, a swallow would be very good here. Okay. Something to put her fully out would probably be best for her. Okay. The more she moves and she's trying to talk, it's making it worse for her. So yeah, give her a big old swallow and out she goes.
Jaren had birch.
Okay. Do you know where he was going? Do you know where he was going to start looking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Where was he going to start?
The shield forger who made the fake Asterwood shield. I sent him to go collect it.
All right. I will go and I will see if I can follow his steps.
I'm coming with you.
You have to stay here for when she wakes up. Point at little Clary. If she wakes up surrounded by armed guards and no one else, she's never going to talk to anybody.
Also, Thorsten, you are now aware there is like a diseased child tied up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
He was now been moved into the tent, essentially. And you're just like,
who's that?
It's a child.
Obviously. But who?
It's a great question. These are the ones that we are going to ask when she wakes up. Nymora, you have to find him.
Okay. I mean, you are better at finding things than I am. But I don't want you going alone.
With you.
All right. Fuck. Thorsten, you want to look after a child for a while?
Okay.
Just sit with her. Keep her calm. We'll talk with her after. Don't untie her. She had
Don't
like a dozen
untie her.
knives.
Don't let her get any of her knives. Tell her that Nymora is coming back and that we're gonna fucking keep her safe. And don't let her spit on you because she's probably got some disease.
For sure has some disease, but that's beside the point. Just keep the stolen child there, okay?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I have so many questions.
We will answer them all, as many as possible.
Okay.
Thanks, Thorsten. Goodbye.
And I go sit down at my table that's in the green.
yeah, you're like, okay.
When's the first joust, by the way?
Later.
Yeah,
not now.
Some arbitrary time later. Gotcha.
Yeah, when everyone's woken up, fully have their breakfast.
Oh, so not like until after
like 1 p.m.
This is a noble event. Like people.
Like 1 o'clock.
The only reason it was early last time is because there was like a special event going on, and there was twice as many competitors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If before we leave, is there any like meat in our tent?
Is there any meat?
Yes.
I mean, there's like
for food.
There is some like dried food. Yeah.
Okay, I'll grab some meat and then
meat. Understood.
A meat. I will grab a single.
I'm
meat.
just as confused as you are, Anthony.
No, I think I know why. But all right, fantastic.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go away from you guys for a bit. Vivian Tiedrick, you are of course woken by your servants around the appropriate time.
I'll be back in a bit.
Dress for the day. Henrik, you are also eventually woken up and basically woken up for your for your time to to go look at the joust for a bit. You are a bit later in the day, so you aren't jousting first, so you got some time to just chill.
I was woken up though, like around the same time.
Basically around the same time as like everyone else is being woken up. Mariella, you unfortunately have to get ready in your mother's room because Jennifer has to now do both of you because Constance still isn't here. That wicked girl. So basically, you have to basically sit next to your mother as Jennifer does both of your hair and clothes and and everything.
Yeah, I think it's just more
very Downton Abbey.
Diedrich is down
You
there.
have to share a maid. Ugh. God.
I think it's like more of a simple hairstyle and it not a crazy ornate dress. It's still like befitting my station, but like I know I know Jennifer and my mother. It's like, I don't know. We'll keep me simple today.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you'll dress Tiedric. You have your morning drink course. Little Kyle doing his job. Ready to go for the day. It's a little later, of course. You are begin to be taken to the green for the day's frivolities.
Yes.
Get to walk there as a family with Jean and Cord escorting you.
How much do I remember from?
You remember someone coming in and saying someone. You said they had to get forced because someone maybe had been attacked, but that's all you really remember.
Okay.
But
do I know of anything that happened to Henrik?
Yes, you were aware of what happened.
Okay.
You were there when he first came in. You know, he fought the Fox Knight. The Fox Knight is now dead.
Okay.
Henrik seemingly was very injured by him, but it seemed he was mostly knocked unconscious. Henrik is okay. Thorsten seemed to, like, with some bed rest and some... he's a little groggy. He's basically
The milk will do that to you.
walking with some help right now, but later today he'll probably be fine, propped up on a horse and whatnot.
Okay.
But seemingly the wound he sustained was not deep at all, and nothing vital was even remotely cut. So
I remember those days.
Mm-hmm. Youth with your bounce back. But yeah, so just it's the family. It's mom, dad, brother, sister, and their 2 guards, and Jennifer.
Yes.
Yeah. I will say during breakfast, you do overhear some stuff. It sounds like some people are talking about that somebody got fished out of the river, like the bay, this morning.
Could is it going to take a roll to see who it could be? Do we have to?
Well, no one knows. It's just a body at the moment. Like a body
Okay.
was found. in the
Can we
river.
identify who's saying this? Like, who's talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like some people in like Nathan Lucas's party. They're just like, "Oh, did you hear? Like, I just like heard from like they'd come in and kind of talking to Nathan about it, and they're like, yeah, they fished some guy out of the river like this morning. You do know where you would know where the body's being kept though, because they basically say as much. Like, yeah, his body's getting identified by the maesters. Don't know who it was. And but the fact that people are talking about it means it probably wasn't like a dirty peasant.
Right. We're not allowed in there. It's only maesters.
Well, so the conference is actually being held in a place, but no, you can 100% go there. It's not the old town high tower is the only place that only maesters are allowed to go. You, as nobles, can just be like, I would like to see this body, and basically, there's not really anything many people can tell you. Can really say no to you.
For sure.
I would like to see this body.
Yeah, no, I'm suspicious as fuck. Everything that's been going on.
Yeah, if you really want to, like, let's make a detour just in case,
just in case, because what could happen? Who else could it be? If it's no one, it's no one.
Darling, should we send the kids to the green? I don't think that they need to see a dead body.
The kids to the green, right here.
They've both seen dead bodies before, Tiedric.
They could also just wait outside. Tiedric's like, oh fuck, they have.
This is so entertaining, considering, like, yes, my boy has killed XYZ.
If we keep them safe, we're right there.
He created dead bodies.
Listen, we all know Tiedric says the children, but he means Mariella.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's like I will offer to stand outside with Cord if that is really what's gonna freaking. I'm not happy about it, but it's like fine. Just.
They.
All right, let's be off.
Oh, so you make a detour down Iron Street, Street of Steel, to basically the Maester's conference building, and they are interring bodies there, and it's literally just Vivian or Tedric, if you want to make a status roll to just be like, I would like to see this body.
Would reputation or breeding
Yes.
fall into this?
Reputation would 100% come with this.
Sure.
Who do you think I am?
Yeah,
Do
18.
you have any idea?
I mean, the TN was like 6, so like yeah. So 3 degrees of success. Yeah, so yeah, they just was like I am, and I would like to see this dead body. And they're like, oh, yes, of course, because maybe you know him, and they just like open it. They don't question it. You are let in. Those who want to go in. And there's a kind of maester looking over him, an older one, and goes, "Oh yes, you're here to help identify. Perhaps do you know this man?" And kind of over the thing. And you know what, guys? You do.
Who is it?
It's Rog Fanders.
Dude,
Yep.
that's
Merchant.
yes.
Oh, the merchant guy! No!
Has he been stabbed multiple times?
Actually, he was stabbed twice in the back.
Yeah.
The merchant that we brought with us.
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
who testified
Yep.
for you in court.
At least he said stuff for us before he died.
Somebody's tying shit up. Oh no. People who tie
we
up
don't know
loose
that yet.
ends are no. I'm just as Serena. People who tie up loose ends are about to expose some shit. I've watched enough mystery shows to know what's about
Why
to go
kill
down.
him now? He already talked. What else could he do?
Character witnesses.
Anyways,
Anyway,
it's the
back in it.
dude.
Yeah, back in it.
So do
yeah.
you identify?
Yes.
Like,
To the maester.
I'm not familiar with House Fanders.
He was a merchant we met on the King's Road. I'm not sure
I see.
if he has a proper family.
Yeah. So they thank you very much for your contribution to help identify a body. They, say the seven grieve for you, and they're sorry for your loss of your friend. If you wish, there are mourning services, mourning as an MOURN, at the Sept of Baelor at any hour for for someone of your station.
Thank you, Maester.
Yep. He goes, I will say he's been dead at least a few days. Possibly 2. We're not sure. When was the last time you saw him? 2 days ago.
Was it
2 days.
Yeah, okay. 2 days ago.
Yes. Yes. If you wish to, I don't know any more information. I know where the people fished him out. If you want to go
Where?
talk to him.
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, he tells you it's down by the docks, and he tells you the names of the men who brought him in because he recorded it. Because that's what he does. Is he's a maester. He writes down people's names because nobody else will.
The docks again.
What a lonely job.
Yes.
All right, are you guys going there like family? Go, because that's fine. You can totally do that, and it's.
I mean, I would for sure because I wanna who the fuck is killing people that know?
Tedric, you down? If you're you want to
Back
get
to
on
the docks.
All right, Mariella and Henrik. What about y'all?
I don't know if I'm super comfortable going to the docks. I'd kind of prefer to keep going towards the green.
Mm-hmm.
I'll continue with my sister to the green if she wants to go as well. It's
All
fine.
right, we'll send one of the guards with
to,
him.
to the tent. We take Cord.
Cord will go
Yeah.
with
We take Cord because we don't know where Kayla is. So yeah.
you do notice at the word, because of the recent things, anyone who kind of even gets close to you two as you walk, the Cord gets like real aggressive with. Like just like if you fucking go near these people, I will kill you.
God bless Cord.
Like there's like one kind of too friendly merchant goes, "Excuse me, my lady," and Cord just walks up and shoves him into his own cart and pulls his sword slightly out, and he's just like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry."
That's our boy.
Yeah. It seems the men have been put on quite high alert because of what happened last night with the Fox Knight. So no one really bugs them after a bit.
They don't even know what happened with Constance yet.
Nope.
You're about to.
Well, not for a while actually, because you'll of course be taken to the jousting area with all the other nobles. No need to go to your tent until you're getting ready to put your armor on and stuff, because that's where your armor is. Which won't be for a bit. So Vivienne and Tedric, and of course Jean, the Lord and Lady, taking charge of the shenanigans going on. You go down to the docks. And you ask the names. This guy named Bertram. Quickly pointed out to you. Bertram, he's like, I'm a fisherman. I saw him. I basically brought his body up from my net. I'm not really sure, but I didn't know who he was. And he does, however, tell you, he just says that sometimes bodies get found here. But they pulled it up from his net. But if you want to do some investigating,
break into that intrigue.
Yeah. So what you can do is there are a couple ways to sort of investigate.
Mm-hmm.
You can sort of do investigation, like awareness and looking for clues and talking to people, or you can literally do persuasion streetwise to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And try and be like, excuse me, there was a merchant, this man, have you seen him around? Do you know where he's staying? Just trying to basically find out. Actually, wait, hold on. You do know. I forgot. He told you. He told you where he was staying. You know the exact inn where you need to go.
Awesome. Then let's go there.
Oh, I forgot. You definitely asked where he was staying, and you told him.
So we can keep in contact with him.
Yeah. I remember you asked him after he testified for you.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the tavern, and the tavern keeper and his wife, or the tavern keeper and her husband, you're not sure. It is King's Landing. They are there, and this is definitely like not necessarily a low class establishment, but it's not the Green Tree Inn. There's straw on the ground, so that. But you two walk in, and they're definitely immediately like two people of obvious means.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my brain. But yeah, obvious means they're like, my lord, my lady, how may we help you? Is there something you need?
Mm-hmm. We've come because Rog Thanders was found dead.
Rog Thanders?
Mm-hmm. He's a merchant, and I describe him.
Yeah, he goes, oh yes, he was staying here, my lady. Yes. Let's see now. Yes, if you really just want to make a persuasion roll, or status roll, depending on how you're feeling.
Would I be able to
Just
use?
Speaking kindly and plainly to them, status is like you are not really messing with niceties, and you're just going, tell me what I want to know, essentially. Or I am of a higher station. And if you look at it,
Let's see. Would any bonus dice, or is it just straight?
I mean, if you want to use charm, if you're just like speaking very kindly to them, convince if you're like just being very direct with them, like you're trying to investigate. He was a friend of ours. We want to know things. Like,
I will. I think I'm going more convinced than charm.
Sure.
I think makes more sense.
Yeah, I think that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah. He goes, oh yeah, so I remember, oh gosh, it must have been 2 nights ago. Rogue Founders, yeah, he was, he'd come back from some function. He got very drunk. Very drunk. He seemed, like he just went through something very stressful. Got very drunk. And then he wandered out very late. That's the last time I saw him.
Does he normally get drunk, like, and just wander off?
No. He stayed there a few days before that. He didn't. I mean, he drunk, sure, but like he got very drunk that night.
And do you know why? He said it was.
He just seemed like he just went through a very stressful situation. I don't know what it was. He didn't really talk much about it, but he seemed stressed.
Did he have any other acquaintances or friends that visited him here, or?
Shook his head, like, not that I'm aware of. No, he drunk alone. No, never talked to nobody. But yeah, no, he just he wandered out.
It was dark when he wandered out then.
Oh yeah, very late, very, very, very late.
Did he leave anything in his room?
I mean, I believe he did, sir. Yes. He paid through his room for the next few days, so I kept his stuff there, even though he didn't come back. There's lots of exciting activity, lots of people doing all kinds of stuff. I believe it is something. If you were trying to get them to add your stuff,
yeah.
Are you using status to just like stare at him and be like, all right, yep, status it is, go for it.
Nice.
Yeah, oh god, yes, yeah. And they're like, and I'll get that for you right now, my lord. And just, he will...
Let me go get you the key.
Will go up and he will bring down Rog's things. Which is like a rucksack of clothes, like several changes of clothes. They said there's like a lot more up there. Basically, they let you into the room. You can look around. If you recall, he had a very comically large pack on his back. It is in here, but mostly like unpacked, like spread out everywhere for wares and things like that. Looks like he's maybe acquired some more things since he's been here. Lost some others. Yeah, I mean it's like the standard fare of merchant stuff.
I will give an awareness test to see if I find anything like a note that he had written or anything along those lines.
Go for it. 10. You do find like a small like leather-bound journal. However, it is not like a personal diary. It's more of like a client list. Like many merchants would have. His client list of like, now Reuben Piper's client list is probably very long and complicated. Rog Fander's client list is a little more slapdash, a little more like just like Mary on that one farmstead near the fork of the like it's like she likes, but it's less like these are people I have merchant contracts with, and more like this person I know likes to buy this product a lot, so bring this product to this person. He's much more of like a traveling salesman than like Reuben Piper, who is like established a small merchant like empire.
Does he have anyone in King's Landing?
Interesting. Yes, he does. I would say so. There's a name for Latimer. It's a family here. And it goes, wife loves rose oil. Can't remember. And also note, can't remember what I told her the price was last time, but all I need to say, I think, is prices have changed.
Forgetful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's basically the only kind of personal writing you find of his. He doesn't have great handwriting.
This doesn't make any sense. Why would? Well,
obviously it's connected to him. Well, maybe he just wound up in the wrong area, drunk.
Normally, I would agree with that. People go off wandering in King's Landing drunk and they get stabbed, but I feel
it's a bit of a coincidence.
Spoke out. He's the only one who spoke out for us, and now he's found fished out dead. Yes. Well, there's enough. I don't think there's anything more we can do here. We'll just have to tell Clarissa and see what she can find. She is.
I'm gonna take the book with me.
Sure. Yep. Yep. No problem.
Tuck it.
Mm-hmm. You do. Absolutely. Fantastic. I will briefly switch over. Mariella and Henrik, you, of course, take your seats. We'll take some seats. Everyone else is kind of just milling about. It's, people are excited. It's a lot more casual, but it's very much a fair, excitement. Things are better. However, you do immediately overhear some things. And people are talking about, and Mariella, actually both of you, Mariella and Henrik, you do notice you are getting a couple looks, not dirty looks, not but just people have make a bit of not eye contact, but stare at you a bit and then move on. And you have heard Adam Dannett is dead. He apparently passed in the night due to, they believe, injuries or some kind of complication. There's lots of rumors about what happened. And for the first time, a couple people do mention the word poison. Mm-hmm. And it is at this point, as we have sort of spread out and are slowly going to start finding out new things, we're going to take our first break, or our only break.
We do say first break, and we only ever take a break. I know.
I do say that a lot.
It's okay.
We take it maybe because I want to take more, but
we'll take two. It'll happen.
We'll take a break. Please, adjust, come back, and find out. You're not going to want to miss what happens. And we'll find out
my girl.
Mm-hmm.
more information. But please enjoy the break. We'll see you in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Bye.